Alright, in this video we are going to take a look at how to make this macrame wreath. If you are interested, there is a printable pattern on my website if that helps you figure this out a little bit easier. That's there for your reference. So what you need is a 9-inch brass hoop and 120 feet of 5mm cotton rope. So this wreath is just a series of 2 triangles. We've got the large triangle here, triangle A, and then the smaller one here is triangle B, and they just work, they alternate all the way around until you have your completed wreath done. So we're going to start with the larger of the 2 triangles, triangle A. You want to get your breast hoop. And then I kind of cut my rope as I go along. So you need 60 pieces of 2-foot lengths of rope. So I kind of cut them per section. You don't want to go shorter than 2 feet because then you might not get enough to do all the knots, but 2 feet will do you. If you want to go a little bit more, you can do a little bit more, but 2 feet is enough. So we're going to start by attaching 7 pieces of rope using a lark's head knot. So we will fold our rope in half and then attach to the hoop. So the rope goes in front and then you pull the 2 strands through the hoop. And we're going to do this 7 times. So when you want that bump at the front, you always start by starting with your rope in front and then pulling it through behind. So there's 4, 3 more. I recommend taping the ends of your rope if you're making like a bigger project, but because we're only doing a few knots with each section, it's not really as necessary. So there's 6, 1 more. There we go. Okay. So I've got my 7 attached. I'm gonna squish them together, tighten them up. There we go. All right, so I'm going to start by taking 3 out over here, 3 strands. Oh, where are we? There we are. Okay, so these 3 strands are gonna not be used just yet. And I'm gonna start here with these 4, and I'll make 1 square knot. And then 1 more beside it. And then 1 last square knot in this triangle, just joining these 2 together. So I'll take the middle 4 for my last square knot. Okay, so now we're ready to do our clove hitch knots. Sometimes you hear them referred to as double half hitch knots. We're going to work left to right. So we'll start with this strand of rope closest to our square knot. We're going to work it down to the middle. So this one will be our filler cord. So our clove hitch knot, 1 loop around, and the second. I'll do this for 4 clove hitch knots in this direction. Now we're going to work the other direction, and we're going to take this one here. So we still got this over here yet, but the one closest on the right side to the square knot, and that will become our filler cord. And we'll do another 4 clove hitch knots, working right to left. Now normally when you are creating this V-like pattern, you would do one extra one to join it, but we are not going to do that with this set right here. We're going to leave those two unattached. Now we're going to work left to right again. We're going to take this next closest cord and we'll do another row of clove hitch knots. So now I've done, this will be my 5th one, working left to right, there, and now I'm going to do the same, going the other direction, so I'll pull this one back closer again, and take the closest one again as my filler cord, and work it down toward the center. Okay, but now when we get to the end of this row, so we'll do our 5, but we're going to go for one last one because now we do want to join these two together. So we'll keep going in the right to left direction. So we'll keep our filler cord the same and do one final clove hitch knot. Just pull it tight. And there you go. That is triangle A. So now we'll go on to triangle B, which is the smaller of the two. And we'll need to attach 4 new strands of rope. Same as before, lark's head knot with your rope folded in the middle. There we go. All right, have them all nicely lined up together. So now, here's our first triangle. We're gonna leave this cord out for now and this cord out for now, so you'll have 2 that you aren't using. You'll take the next 4 and tie 1 square knot. And we're going to go back to our clove hitch knot. So we're going to keep with working left to right. So we'll take the cord that's closest to the square knot, and we are just going to do 2 clove hitch knots here. And then we need to go the other direction. So we'll take the cord closest to the square knot, work right to left. But this time we're going to do 3 clove hitch knots. So that's 1, 2, and then this third one, we'll join it together. There we go, we have our first V, and then we're going to continue with another row of clove hitch knots. So we'll take this remaining cord here and work our way down. So this way time we're doing 3 clove hitch knots. And you can see you definitely wouldn't want to cut your rope shorter than 2 feet because this is what I'm working with here. 1 knot, 2, and 3. There we go, and now we need to go the other direction, so we'll pull this one back over, take the cord closest to, and this time we're going to do 4 clove hitch knots because we want to join that V in the middle. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, and that is triangle B. So triangle A, larger of the two, triangle B, the smaller. So next you're going to do another triangle A. This time you don't need to attach 7 ropes, you attach 6 because you've already got this strand here that will work as one of your filler cords for your clove hitch knots. So you'll add 6 cords here and then repeat what we did here, and then 4 cords, 6 cords, 4 cords, all the way around. And when you are ready to join your last B triangle with your first A triangle, let's see here, you would actually only add 3 cords instead of 4 because you'll have this one here left over from your original triangle A that will be used as your filler cord. So you start with 7 cords for your first triangle, 4 for your small triangle, and then 6 cords, 4 cords, 6 cords, 4 cords, all the way around. And when you get to the very last small triangle, 3 cords, and you will have everything you need to finish your wreath. And then when you're totally done, you just want to get some sharp scissors. I just kind of cut mine here about 1 inch long or so, all the way around, and then I brushed it out with a comb, and that's it. You are done. Thank you.